Hey everyone, it's Brano, and I enjoy listening to Tim Kane's perspectives. But I want to talk about a speech he did in 2017, which I saw him get some hate online for. And this was him talking about building a better RPG, and he was talking about skill systems that he didn't like and skill systems that he did like. Now, he used two of his own games as examples, but he also used Path of Exile, which uses this. This is Path of Exile's skill vortex, which is an insane system. This is what it looks like zoomed out. You could go in, and there is a lot that goes into this. But the main criticism he got is basically hardcore gamers just going, no, don't simplify, because this is what Tim Kane's solution was, which is just basically a choose free system, which is a very, very popular choice system. I personally used this system, which is not anything new because, let's face it, Tim Kane, like, everyone's done a free choice system by now. Even in 2017, this wasn't a revolutionary system. But he got a lot of criticism for this, and I think it is largely because he omitted or he didn't acknowledge, like, why this system right here works so well for Path of Exile. And I don't think it's from a gameplay perspective. I think the reason why this system works is because of marketing. So, Path of Exile, 1 year after the launch of Diablo 3, comes out in early access. And the reason this is really important is that you have a very large number of angry, hardcore Diablo 2 fans who were disappointed with Diablo 3. You can see this with Kripparrian slowly going from Gold to Path of Exile and all that. But the main thing is that there was a market full of dissatisfied hardcore ARPG people. And if you're making a game that you're trying to cater to them, you need a really easy way to communicate that this game is for you. And if you're trying to show that your game has depth through gameplay, that's actually really difficult. But via the user interface, you can very easily do it. And there is no easier way to sell your game to hardcore ARPG gamers, which were really dissatisfied at that point, than going like, hey, this is the skill tree. This one image went like, oh my god. Or at least something like this image. It spread through, and I saw it, and I went, oh my god, I actually kind of want to try this out because it's so insane. And like to this day, I cannot think of a better screenshot to sell a game than this absolutely insane skill tree. Now, having tried Path of Exile ages and ages ago, I used it and I felt that it was actually quite bland. I didn't feel like my decisions were particularly interesting. Like, yes, it's very complicated, but it's like small incremental things. And I'm the type of guy that really likes to experiment with stuff at the beginning. And what I kind of learned is that with Path of Exile, you have to, like, the best way to re-roll your character, like, skill points is to make a brand new character. Like, you kind of locked into the choices you make. So if I don't know a lot about the game and I don't want to follow a guide or a build, I am going to be punished for it. And so I quit Path of Exile because it's just like a little bit too hardcore on that for me. But the point of the matter is that this system that I don't think is actually particularly good got me to play the game. So there's a couple of things that we can learn from this. Or at least one thing. And it's that maybe a really good way to market your game is to have a mechanic that is absurd. like taking a pre-existing mechanic and bringing it into an absolutely absurd fashion that is intriguing to people. Because I do enjoy complex systems within games. I like to reset my talent points to experiment, but I do enjoy them. And I think that if you want to be successful as a game developer and you can't make the best game in the world, I think that focusing on like one real standout absurd mechanic could be a pathway to getting people to try out your game, even if it's not necessarily the best mechanic. Because it's better to have people that play and dislike your game than it is to have people completely ignore your game. Now, there is plenty of ways this mindset can backfire, but I do think that you have to create something that is intrinsically interesting to people. The only other alternative is to create a absolutely amazing game that can spread through word of mouth. But if you want to market, I think this is a cool way of doing it, which is just taking a mechanic, making it absurd in some way, and letting that create a conversation in on itself. Anyway, that's it for me. Have a good one. Bye.